So there's some pretty big news that came out yesterday, but we didn't really see XRP price react or the markets react. But yet, despite that, we might be seeing the overhaul, or at least the first step in the overhaul of a $100 trillion year payment network system, and XRP may be a central focus of this. We're going to talk about that in this video, as well as some SEC delays that took place. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that bell again. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So this was the major headline yesterday. Ripple XRP takes lead over Swift in BIS cross-border payments task force. So what happened yesterday is that the Bank of International Settlements, if you guys aren't familiar with them, they help shape these world financial policy, innovation amongst a lot of these central banks. They have in fact started really diving into how to increase speed, cost, transparency, and accessibility of these international payments. And why XRP is in this discussion is because it has an actual use case. This proof of concept has been in play for years now, and they're basically trying to get past these middlemen, trying to bring this on chain. And in fact, this could be a major step forward for XRP because, again, this is a $100 trillion a year industry. Now, we have discussed this several times before. This has been in discussions for quite some time. And the problem now lies for Swift because the world is beginning to wake up and see the benefits of blockchain technology. And this is an overhaul that we may see sometime in the not so distant future. We might be talking within a year. That is the real possibility of this taking place. You have to remember that XRP already has Ripple already has alliances with more than 300 financial institutions throughout the world. So it's not like this is a small test. This has been ongoing for years with efficiency, with perfect facilitation, right? That's probably not the right word, but you guys get what I'm trying to say. And what you're starting to see is, again, this shift, this change and evolution of the blockchain industry, where we're now starting to see a lot of those Web 2 services come to Web 3. So this is a very big deal. And although this hasn't really moved the price of XRP much here, the second you start seeing major confirmations of the use of XRP on some of what is traditionally the Swift network, that's going to be a very big deal. And you might be talking about major movements in XRP price. Now, this isn't a guarantee or financial advice or anything like that. And this is something, again, we're going to have to be patient and wait for. But basically, their task force is very heavily looking into this right now. That's what you need to know. Now, that being said, we did get some big news over the last 24 hours. We did actually see a couple key SEC delays. So the first one is on kind redemptions in terms of Ethereum and BTC, and also the delay of Ethereum staking for these spot ETF products as well. Now, that's not really surprising at all, because the big thing that we need to remember is that Paul Atkins has yet to actually take his seat at the SEC, and these delays are probably just, because of that being the case. We're not going to see any, major overhauls or accelerations in terms of spot ETF products for a little bit of time yet, until the entire new SEC overhaul takes place. All right. Now, understand that this does include a lot of those spot XRP ETF filings as well. And that is, in fact, a big deal, which I think a lot of people seem to forget about. I believe there is, in fact, going to be more demand for spot XRP ETFs than there is spot Ethereum ETFs. And we've been talking about billions that has already been accumulated on the Ethereum side. Think about that, what that could do, in fact, to XRP. In fact, with the introduction of that, you may see a similar accumulation period like we saw in the early part of spot Bitcoin ETFs. And that could obviously take XRP to some very high prices. We've talked about some of these levels before, around around $5.20, $5.30, around $8.20. But frankly, the sky's the limit. We might be entering a cycle where you really see XRP use accelerate in a big way, where you see institutional players start entering XRP in a big way. I mean, really right now, we're just beginning to get into the fun times. We're beginning to scratch the surface of those very exciting times in the crypto market that we've been waiting for. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. When do you think these potential integrations or replacement of the Swift network can in fact take place? When do you think these spot XRP ETFs are going to be approved? What could this do to price? So I appreciate you guys as always. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.